after the ceremony in the second floor Shoup Family Ballroom. Family, friends, and guests, at this time, please stand to honor our candidates for graduation. As Provost of Salem University, on behalf of President Paul Weber and the Board of Trustees, I hereby declare this graduation ceremony to be in session. Everyone may now be seated. I would like to now invite the President and CEO of Salem University, Mr. Paul Weber, to come forward for an official welcome.
Good afternoon. To our distinguished guests, to the faculty and staff whose dedication made this day possible, to the families and loved ones who sacrificed, supported, and believed, welcome. And to the Salem class of 2026, this moment belongs to you. I want to begin by saying I am proud of you, of this class of 2026. Not in the sense that occasions like this one can sometimes produce, but genuinely and specifically proud. I have seen much of what you have navigated both globally and locally over the past several years, balancing work and family, school and athletics, overcoming setbacks that had nothing to do with your ability and everything to do with the weight of life. You found a way forward. That is not a minor accomplishment, that is a testament of character. The diploma that you received today is confirmation of what we already know, that you have the ability, motivation, and grit to not only survive, but thrive through adversity. Salem marks its 137th year in 2026. That number carries weight. This institution has endured 2 world wars, an economic depression, profound social transformation, 4 name and identity changes, and a global pandemic. Through each of these chapters, Salem did not merely survive, it adapted, it strengthened, and it continued to fulfill its fundamental purpose, to equip people with the knowledge and skills to serve their communities and build meaningful lives. That continuity did not happen by accident. It happened because of people, students, faculty, staff, coaches, and alumni who chose in each generation to invest in something larger than themselves. Today, you join that lineage of alumni. You are now part of what Salem has always been and what it will become. As Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. reminded us, life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? That question does not diminish with professional achievement. If anything, it deepens. The fields that you're entering, whether it be healthcare, education, business, public service, technology, they all share a common thread. At the center of each, one is a person whose circumstances will be affected by the quality of your work, a patient waiting for a diagnosis, a student searching for guidance, a family navigating a difficult decision, a community depending on sound leadership. The degree you hold today is preparation for those moments. The question Dr. King asks is to measure of how you meet them. I'd also like to speak to you about the environment you are entering because you deserve candor alongside celebration. The professional landscape that you are stepping into is one of genuine complexity. Labor markets are shifting in ways that reward adaptability. Technological change is accelerating at a pace that challenges even the most established institutions to keep pace. The problems that define our era in public health, economic equity, environmental sustainability, these are not problems that yield to simple solutions. They require professionals who are not only competent in their disciplines, but who are also willing to engage with uncertainty, to collaborate across differences, and to commit to continuous learning long after formal education has concluded. None of this should discourage you. It should sharpen your sense of purpose. You did not choose Salem. You did not pursue this degree because the path was uncomplicated. You pursued it because you understood that the work you wanted to do required preparation and that you were willing to do what that preparation demanded. The same resolve is precisely what the world you are entering requires of its professionals. Bring it with you. One of the qualities I most respect in accomplished professionals, and one that I would encourage you to cultivate with intention, is intellectual humility. The willingness to remain a student regardless of your title or tenure. The best practitioners I've encountered across every field share a common characteristic. They are still curious. They ask more questions than they answer. They recognize that expertise is not a destination, but a continuous practice. In a world that changes as rapidly as ours does, the professionals who enter and endure are those who understand that learning does not stop at commencement, it simply changes form. You leave here today as part of a global Salem community, one that spans generations, industries, and continents. The faculty and coaches who challenged you, the staff who supported you, the peers who accompanied you through some of the most demanding stretches of this journey are now part of your professional and personal story. So too are the alumni who have preceded you and the students who will follow. This institution connects you to something that extends well beyond the boundaries of a single degree or a single career. That connection carries both privilege and responsibility, and I encourage you to honor both. As I close, I'd like to offer not a set of directives, but a few convictions drawn from years of working alongside educators, students, and communities, convictions that I believe hold up over time. Commit to service, not as an obligation, but as a professional identity. The work that endures, the careers that carry meaning, are those grounded in genuine concern for the people they are meant to serve. Remain adaptable. The world will ask things of you that your training did not anticipate. Meet those moments with the same tenacity you brought to this one. Some men may be a little more current. Do not live in your phone. Be intentional about where you place your attention. Put your phone down in the moments that matter. Listen fully and engage directly. And before you take your next step, take this one fully. Look at the people seated beside you. Look at the faces in the stands. This achievement is shared amongst you. Allow yourself to receive it. Salem University has stood for 137 years because each graduating class carried its mission forward with integrity and purpose. I have every confidence that this class will do the same. Congratulations, class of 2026. We are extremely proud of you. Now go forward and make your mark.
Thank you, Mr. Weber. At this time, I have the privilege of welcoming our student speaker, Ms. Anastasia Honcharenko. Having recently completed her Associates of Science in Nursing degree, Anastasia is currently working at United Hospital Center as an operating room nurse. Please join me in welcoming Anastasia.
Good afternoon. My name is Anastasia Honcharenko, and I recently graduated from nursing program at Salem University. For me, being here today means more than just earning a degree. It means rebuilding a life. I came to the United States as a refugee from Ukraine after war changed everything overnight. I left behind my home, my plans, and the life I once knew. Coming here, I didn't have certainty about my life, but Salem University gave me something incredibly important, an opportunity to grow, to learn, and to start again. I chose nursing because I wanted to do something meaningful. I wanted to become someone who can help in moments when people feel most vulnerable, someone who doesn't feel powerless in face of suffering, but instead knows how to act, support, and care. If you look around this room right now, you'll see something really special. We have quite a variety of students right here. During my time in Salem University, I met many different people and heard many different stories. I saw international young athletes chasing big dreams. I saw single mothers balancing school, work, and children on their shoulders. I saw people rebuilding their life after terrible mistakes. And I saw people who decided that it's never too late to start again. Our lives look nothing alike, and our paths were completely different. But yet, we're all here today. And I think that says something really important. It says that Salem University is doing something right, because bringing together so many unique people and giving all of them a chance, it's not so easy, and it's definitely not something every place can do. So today, I want to say thank you. Thank you to everybody in Salem University for creating opportunities for people with different backgrounds, different starting points, and different stories. Thank you for proving that there is no such thing as a right path to get here. So as we live here today, we might not all know exactly what comes next. The whole life after graduation may seem like a total nightmare, but let's say it out loud. We made it here. in our own way, in our own path, and that's more than enough. Sometimes that's all that it takes. So if I could offer one piece of advice, it would be this. Don't wait until you feel ready. You probably never will. In my situation, I realized pretty quickly that nursing is something you grow into through experience, through challenges, and through showing up even on the hard days. So ask questions, keep learning, don't compare yourself to others, and most importantly, remember why you started, because even on the days when you feel overwhelmed, what you do matters. The care you give matters. You matter. Congratulations to all of us, and thank you.
I now have the honor to introduce our 2026 commencement speaker, Mr. Jim Gano. Mr. Jim Gano is a 1983 graduate of Salem College with a bachelor's degree in broadcasting and communication. During his career, he has worked in radio and television and continues to work as a freelance announcer. He is currently the owner of Gano Enterprises Incorporated, with interests in marketing, publishing, public relations, consulting, and more. Jim spends most of his time running his business, Crown Trophy of Flemington, which provides awards, signs, custom apparel, and promotional items to his clients. Jim is also the best-selling author of 3 books, with his most recent book, I'm Not Done Yet, receiving the International Impact Book Award for Inspirational Biography. Jim and his business were recently featured on the television show Legacy Makers, and this September he will be receiving the Flame of Courage Award from the Cancer Hope Network for his book and for serving as a peer mentor for those affected by cancer. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Jim Gano.
I've just accomplished the first thing that I wanted to do today. I was in Germany a few weeks ago, and we were visiting the statue of Kaiser Wilhelm, and to do that you have to go up about 30 steps. When I got to the top step, I face planted all over the place. And, I'm on my hands and knees. I've got 80-year-old women trying to pick me up. And so my goal today was to make it from that chair to this podium without falling, and so far I think I've done a good job. I appreciate your applause, but the one thing that I look at when it comes to applause is I want to earn it. So hopefully my speech will allow me to earn your applause, providing I get my glasses out and can read my speech. But I want to thank the university for inviting me here to be the speaker here today, and I look forward to, hopefully, when I get to it, here we go, inspiring some of the graduates. And graduates, I noticed as you're sitting in the chairs, your faces, you're graduating college. It's okay to smile. Enjoy this day. You look like we're about to send you out to take 10 more final exams. When they ask you to be the commencement speaker, it comes with the expectation that you can impart some wisdom or inspiration on the graduates, or at least the ones who are listening to you speak anyway. And since I am a Salem Tiger, I feel I am up to the challenge. So here it goes. Pay attention. This may be important to you someday and could be on the quiz later. When I talk about my time at Salem, I always tell people that it was the best 4 years of my life, and I truly mean that. The buildings may have changed over the years, some majors and programs have gone away, but collectively, I tell all alumni, and I'm telling all of you, we are one Salem. That school gave us the base from which we could all build our careers and our lives. Before I go on, I want to draw your attention to the university seal behind me. In that seal, you will see the word dirigo. In Latin, that word means I lead or I direct. In a few minutes, you will receive your diplomas, and then it will be time for you to go forward and lead. But the diploma that you receive today is not the end of your educational journey. It is a beginning. Your learning does not and should not end just because you have a fancy piece of paper with your name on it. No, you should strive to learn something new every chance you can. I want you to take a moment, and I want you to think of your educational journey and what brought you to the Robinson Grand Performing Arts Center here today. I want you to think all the way back to kindergarten of a teacher, a professor, your parents, or a coach who at some point in time made a difference in your life. For me, it was a fiery redhead named Mrs. Magliochetti, my English teacher in my senior year of high school. One day, while walking in the halls outside of her classroom, I felt a searing pain in my right butt cheek. When I turned around to see what caused it, there was Mrs. Maggs with her pointy shoes and a paper with a red letter F on it. She slammed that paper into my chest and said, "Don't you ever hand in crap like this to me again. You're a much better writer than this paper would have me believe. Do it again and turn it in tomorrow." So I went home and I wrote another paper. And I brought it to her the next day. She made me stay in her office while she read and graded it, and then wrote the letter B on it. When I asked her why I didn't get an A, she said, "Because now it's a day late." Lesson learned. Now, every time I get a book published, I give her the first copy as a thank you. Graduates, make sure you take the time and find that teacher, that professor, that coach who made a difference in your life and thank them, either in person or with a handwritten note. And when this ceremony is over, make sure you take the time to thank your parents, to really thank your parents for everything that they have done for you. What you never saw was how many times they celebrated your success in private or cried when you came up just a little short of your goals. Your moms and dads, all of you up there, are your biggest supporters. So don't dismiss them like the last 20 some odd years didn't mean anything. Love them and thank them while you can. Any successes I have enjoyed in my lifetime, whether as an author, a business owner, an announcer, or anything else, I attribute directly to the lessons I learned when I was a student at Salem that helped shape me into the person I am today. Hopefully, one day when you reflect on your time at Salem, you will feel the same way. I want to share one of those lessons with you now. It occurred during a class I took in the Carlson Hall of Science called Death and Dying, taught by a local priest. I know, cheery stuff, huh? Towards the end of the semester, he gave us a 3-part assignment. The first part was to write our own obituary as if we had died that day. Most of us, just like you, were in our early 20s, so we hadn't done much in life and didn't have a whole lot to write about. The following week, he gave us part 2 of the assignment and asked us to write our obituary as if we had died sometime in our 80s. This was purely fiction. So it was easy to write about who we married, how many kids we had, and our careers, etc. But the following week, he gave us the third and most critical part of the assignment just before we graduated. He said, "Now, I want you to write your obituary every day." When we asked him what he meant, he said, "Your obituary will be the last recorded writing of who you are and what you did while here on earth." What do you want it to say? What will you be remembered for? He told us, "I want you to live a life of purpose. I want you to live a life that makes an impact. I want you to live a life where people will say you made a difference in their lives." And I have tried to do that ever since. Some days, my contributions may only fill one sentence. Other days, I could fill pages. But I aim to live a purposeful life to make a difference in the lives of my family, my friends, and my community whenever I can. And that is my challenge to all of you today, to live a purposeful life and make a difference. Advice columnist Ann Landers once said, "Life is a harsh teacher. It gives you the grade first and the lesson later," which reminds me of another lesson I learned only recently. Time is your enemy. Right now, sitting in those chairs, you might feel as if you have all the time in the world and that living into your 80s is a sure thing. That's what I thought too. Right up until December 21st, 2021, when a doctor told me I had an incurable form of cancer called multiple myeloma affecting my blood and my bones. I was just 60 years old. Suddenly, time was racing past me. I had so much yet to do. I felt as if it couldn't be the end for me. Not yet, not now. I told this story in my internationally best-selling and award-winning book, I'm Not Done Yet, available at Amazon.com. Aptly titled because I felt I wasn't done yet. Not with my business, not with my family, not with my community, not with my grandkids, not with my wife, and certainly not with my life. I had to fight. I had to finish what I'd started. I had a purpose, and I'm glad to report that I beat cancer for now and have been in remission for the last 3.5 years because, as I said, I'm not done yet. And neither are you. As I said, neither are you. The diplomas you will receive today are not the end point. Rather, it is merely a beginning. That's why they call this commencement and not conclusion. It is a beginning of your careers, of your family, of your purpose and your intention, basically of your adult life. We are given only a finite amount of time on this earth. My advice to you today is don't waste a minute of it. Don't look back on your life someday with regret and say, I could have or I should have done something. Instead, do it. One final thought as you embark on careers, and please be mindful of this in the years ahead. Graduates, if you find you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. What do I mean by that? Learn from the masters. Find the ones who have already achieved success in your company or industry and figure out, or better yet, ask them how you can become successful. Ask them to mentor you in your career. Watch how they act and interact with others. Study them, then become them, then surpass them. If you are hanging out with your work friends, you know, the ones who are just doing enough to get by, you'll never get ahead. Be different to be remembered. I am credited with creating the slogan, "We are one Salem." I purposely never trademarked or copyrighted that slogan in my name because I wanted the university to benefit from its use. But what does it mean, we are one Salem? I graduated from Salem when it was known as Salem College. Others graduated from Salem Takeo or Salem International University. You will graduate from Salem University. As I was preparing this speech, I asked my fellow Salem alumni from all decades on Facebook if they were chosen to be the speaker, what would their theme be? In addition to many people saying you should be kind, humble, and full of compassion, here are just a few thoughts from your fellow alumni. From Trudy Jean Davis Ripka, the class of 1967, never stop learning. From Martha Haynes Janasco, the class of 1976, always stay flexible and don't be afraid to challenge yourself. From Deb Schott, the class of 1981, be open to taking opportunities not expected. And from my classmate, Ron Tomlin, from the class of 1983, he reminded me of what our speaker said at our graduation and said that this has always stuck with him all these years later. Graduates, look around you at the people sitting next to you and realize that this will be the last time that all of you will be gathered in the same place. So you should relish this moment and remember the strong friendships you made at Salem University. Thank you to all the alumni who answered the question. And as you can see, regardless of what your diploma says, we are all one Salem. In closing, here is some advice from a fellow Salem Tiger that may help you along your life's journey. Simply put, do what matters. Let me assure you, being popular does not matter. How many likes and retweets and shares you get on social media does not matter. Going viral for anything does not matter. So what does matter? Being your authentic self matters. Don't try to be someone you see on TV, someone you're not. Instead, be the real you. People will like you, respect you, and appreciate you more for it. I want to thank the faculty, the administration, the Board of Trustees, President Weber, Maria Kendall, the Alumni Council, which all of you will hopefully be joining and getting involved with now to stay connected to Salem, and everyone who helps keep the legacy of Salem University alive some 137 years after its founding, for the opportunity to speak to you here today. This has been the honor of my lifetime. My diploma says Salem College. Yours, they're all right here, will say Salem University. And there have been other names, as I mentioned, that have adorned diplomas from this school over the years, but remember, no matter what our diplomas collectively say, we are all one Salem. Welcome as an alumni. I want to offer my congratulations first to your parents and guardians who helped guide you on your journey in life to this moment in time today. As you walk out those doors at the back of this auditorium today, if you follow the news or social media, you may feel as if you are entering a broken world. The world is not broken. It just needs builders. Go be that builder and make the world a better place. And finally, congratulations to you, the graduates of the class of 2026. It is your time, Tigers, to show the world what a person with a Salem University education can do. Now go out there and be true to yourself and start writing an obituary that will be worth reading years from now. Remember that, like me, you're not done yet. Go out and live a life filled with purpose. Make a difference in the world around you, and make us all proud. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Jim Gano. We now come to the main reason we are all assembled here today, the awarding of graduate and undergraduate academic degrees and certificates. The robes, hats, and hoods worn by our faculty members and graduates today as they march into the theater, and even the different colors you see on them, have historical origins and significance. During the Middle Ages, scholars at the earliest English and European universities wore wool or full fur garments to stay warm in the drafty stone buildings that were poorly heated. Most of the scholars were also monks or priests and wore cloaks that included a hood that could be pulled up to keep their heads warm. The academic gowns and hoods used today were adapted from both secular and clerical garments of that time. For all graduation ceremonies, the procession of the faculty is a colorful event reflecting their diverse educational experiences. You will notice that our first group of students graduating today are wearing hoods. The hood is the most distinctive feature of American academic dress, which through color and design may indicate the wearer's degree and the institution at which that degree was earned. Hoods are lined with the colors of the institution that awards the degree and may be faced with the color designating the degree awarded. A green and white chevron representing the colors of Salem University can be seen today in the lining of the hoods of our graduate students as they cross the stage. The colors of the degree are also featured on the hood. Graduates will now come forward. Dr. Lakita Tulton, a key member of our leadership team, will be announcing the candidates as they are recognized. When you are called by name, President Weber and Mr. John Pethel, Alumni Council President, will be the first to welcome you to our alumni community. In recognition, you will be given a celebratory scroll and invitation to the Alumni Association. Would President Weber, Mr. Pethel, and Dr. Tulton please take your places? When prompted, each group of candidates will come forward, one row at a time, exiting each row to your right, walking up the aisle and crossing to the ramp leading to the stage. As your name is read, and return to your row. At the end of each presentation, we will recognize those who could not be with us today by reciting their names, which will be displayed behind me. Our first group of graduates are those earning the Doctorate of Business Administration. I would now like to introduce Dr. Ray Kefauver, Interim Dean of Professional Programs.
Good afternoon. Will the candidates for Doctor of Business Administration degree please rise and come forward?
Robert L. Caslin, Jr. Amy Daly. Dwayne Thomas. Monturario Adedipe. Oluwabukola Adedipe. Johnson Idowu. Francisco Murdoch. Tarnish Pride. Amanda Watkins. Barney Hill.
Our next group of graduates are those earning the Master of Business Administration. Will the candidates for Business Administration degree please rise and come forward?
Mauricio Aguilera Renovolas. Luis Angarita. Javier Castro. Cali Dismoreras. Paris Katimo. Robin Marie Leonard. Folakimi Abiola Oso. Gavin Alohilava Kua Malu Lani Kiocho. Lauren Elaine Remsnyder. Marika Reedy. Seth Thomas. Simon Wessel. Jonathan Atchison, Capone Barley, Deborah Ann Bryan, Alexis Chappelle, Samuel DeFabo, Frankie Golko, Wendy Johnson, Nicola Kristonoxic, Jose Lojo, Lynn Wynn, Anne-Marie Ranford, Libney Reyes, Samuel Schmidt, Seth Thomas, and William Watson.
Our next group of graduates are those earning the Master of Criminal Justice. Will the candidates for Master of Criminal Justice degree please rise and come forward?
Samaya Caraway. Genesis Farmer. Jason Fisher. Shantessa Graham. Lauren Hall. Layla Elizabeth Honeycutt. Savannah Jacqueline Jimenez. Maggie Lee Richards. Crystal South.
Crystal.
Jonathan Levi Tomey. Xylia Barrington, Drew Faria, Jared Hogan, Kelsey McKenna, Dejani Macbeth, and Madison Montgomery.
Our next group of graduates are those earning their Certificate of Advanced Studies in Educational Leadership and Master of Education. I would now like to introduce Dr. Christine Storms, Dean of First Year Experience.
With the same instructions as before, will the candidates for Master of Education degree please rise and come forward?
Lauren Marie Sellender. Carly Garrard, Melissa Hammond, Wendy Johnson, Lauren Markham, and Julie Oldfield. Courtney Vaught.
Our next group of graduates earning the Master of Health and Human Performance. I would like to introduce Ms. Amy Daly, Director of Health Sciences and IHI.
Will the candidates for Master of Health and Human Performance degree please rise and come forward?
Ryan Rusty Kunis. Kevin Kinzel. Kiera Barnes, Daniel Carpenter, Logan Howlett, Matthew Morgan, and Ty Teal Holsopple.
Next are graduates earning the Master of Information Technology. I would now like to ask Dr. Christine Storms to return to the podium.
Will the candidates for Master of Information Technology degree please rise and come forward?
Dr. Raymond D. Kefauver. Bryce, Dale, and Aaron Evans.
Next are the graduates earning the Master of Science in Nursing. I would like to introduce Dr. Nikita Nelson, Dean of Nursing.
Will the candidates for the Master of Science in Nursing please rise and proceed to the podium?
Titilayo Ayini Shode. Cherie Breaker. Marianne Hatcher. Lauren Ballard, Lisa Byroads, Alana Snyder, and Krista Wiseman.
Will the candidates for Doctor of Business Administration, Master of Business Administration, Master of Criminal Justice, Master of Education, Master of Health and Human Performance, Master of Information Technology, and Master of Science in Nursing degrees please rise? Dr. Erpelding, I have the honor to present the Salem University Doctor and Master degree graduates of 2026.
And now, by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees and with the support of the faculty, it gives me great pleasure to confer upon you the degree you have earned, including all the rights and privileges associated with that honor. Please join me in congratulating our newest graduates. I did.
You can be seated. I will now present the bachelor and associate degree graduates. Candidates, please rise and come forward as others before you, one at a time, as your name is read, and return to your row.
Anastasia Hancharenko. George Bangora, cum laude. Destiny Faith Coble. Lindsay Violet Cramlett. Daniel Kennedy. Joshua Shane Staunecker. Francesca Marie Alvaro, summa cum laude. Taja Brown. Emma Lindis Dinelli. James Douglas Finner, magna cum laude. Javier Figueroa Moreno. Valentine Fritz. Mitchell Hamilton Griffith. Mackenzie Marie Hamilton. Abigail Harkai. Iris Ashroon. Lorelei Weaver. Sam Akatrene. Tomas Federico Acuna. Hailey Elizabeth Atkinson. Ida Bingson. Grace Annalise Bond. Juan Santiago Garcia Cavajaro. Marissa Danielle Harbert. Tiffany Yeager. Sean Paul Johnson. Jonathan Kelly. Zachary Kendall. Dylan Knight. Daria Kosakova. Emmanuel Lawal. Amber Poland. Valentina Bernadette Potai. Courtney Paige Rapins. Cheyenne Rohde. Hunter Rose. Heather Ryan. Otho Dylan Savage, magna cum laude. Amber Isabella Starcher. Taja Jordan Stevens. Dakota Jean Thomas. Dylan Vaughn. Yahweh Zhang. Kylie Elizabeth Zinn. Nathan L.G. Sealy. Lonnie Ray Bryson II. Jessica Dawn Miller, summa cum laude. Jasmine Sky Hazer. Caleb Ryan. Samantha Turner. Randy Clark Kaiser. Chloe Levette. Trisha Renee Lyons. Stephanie Roberts. Cameron Marie Caroli. Lauren Elizabeth Carpenter. Sierra Casillo. Danielle Lee Clausen. Ashley Nicole Cornell. Brianna Hardy. Tacey Renee Hawkins. Shelby Diane Housley. Jacob Roger Ireland. Alvita Lewis. Jessica Lowe. Kayla Renee Murphy. Emily Jewel Powers. Kimberly Dawn Prasuti. Sylvia Marie Richards. Megan C. Devin Shackelford Strait. Maggie Shrewsbury Gerber. Melissa Taylor. Hannah Grace Watson. Sierra Whitehair. Kayla Williams. Leonardo Davila. Jennifer Atkins, Katie Anderson, Marissa Batchel, magna cum laude, Miles Benson, Caleb Christner, magna cum laude, Patricia Cook, summa cum laude, Randy Carruthers, magna cum laude, Casimo Di Napoli, Nancy Droll, Janelle Elias, Baylor Farmer, Bailey Jeffers, Kevin Fields, Justin Fisher, Caitlin Fry, cum laude, Armani Fulton, Jose Gill, Christina Golden, Christopher Hall, Tyler Hall, Ellen Hancock, Joshua Hills, Ezra Johnson, cum laude, Gloria Canode, summa cum laude, Batul Khalifa, Desiree Kilgore, cum laude, Michael Landeck, Dina Marciano, Ashley Martin, summa cum laude, Michelle Matheny, Kyle McDougall, magna cum laude, Josiah Matlick, magna cum laude, Tabitha Meadows, summa cum laude, Rose Miles, Hannah Moats, Rachel Palmer, Barbara Parson, Jennifer Perez, Rose Perrine, Reese Rena, Gabrielle Ross, magna cum laude, Makia Sapp, Elisa Skachko, cum laude, Cheyenne Smith, Jesse Smock, Michaela Stiltner, Cordell Todd, Carl Toomer, Demetrius Torrance, Valentina Valaguer, summa cum laude, Sierra Williams, cum laude, Austin Wyatt, summa cum laude, Jachin Yang, cum laude, Marco Zivijonic. Michaela Anderson, Jenna Boyce Bassford, Lydia Buck, Jessica Byers, Gabrielle Carpenter, Abigail Chris, Cameron Cunningham, Hannah Davis, Patricia Davis, McKenna Eddy, Zykia Irwin, Amanda Izell, Christian Izell, Jessica Harley, Melanie Hernandez, Kimberly Hildreth, Kelsey Horner, Heather Howe, Emily Hurd, Tammy Johnson, Linda Jones, Madison Jones, Destiny Kinder, Norman Kyle, Candace Lambert, Ashley Lipscomb, Sabrina May, Maya McLean, Jasmine Motulu, Brooke Nelson, Kaylin Pasquelli, Amina Payne, Shelby Purdue, Haley Pyatt, Dakota Phillips, Jessica Pratt, Sierra Pumphrey, Nicole Reed, Adam Riddle, Stephanie Reinhardt, Tammy Rivera, Brianna Rohrbach, Ashley Sanders, Emily Sanders, Autumn Sigley, Chelsea Thayer, Melanie Valaquez Caban, Pamela Villa Gomez, William Winovich, Brittany Wiseman, Kirsten Wolf, Elizabeth Zeke,
Will the candidates for Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science, Associate of Arts, and Associate of Science degree graduates please rise? And now, by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees and with the support of the faculty, it gives me great pleasure to confer upon you the degree you have earned, including all the rights and privileges associated with that honor. I have the honor of presenting the bachelor and associate degree graduates of 2026. Please join me in congratulating our new graduates. Would all graduates please rise? I would now like to invite you to participate in a time-honored graduation tradition. You may now move your tassel from right to left. Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, faculty, family, and guests, please join me in congratulating the Salem University class of 2026. As we conclude this time of honored celebration, will you please rise and join us for singing the Salem University Alma Mater, led by Ms. Cynthia Brissy and accompanied by the West Virginia Brass Quintet. The lyrics are located on the back of your program and displayed behind me. After the Alma Mater is completed, we ask you to please remain standing and at your seat until the faculty, staff, and honored graduates have exited. We then invite you to join us upstairs in the Shoup Family Ballroom for a reception. Please join us in singing the Alma Mater.
Stand